Hello everyone, and here we are. We are finally approaching April. I feel like we are on the home stretch of going ahead and planting out everything in our garden. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kristy. I am located in Massachusetts, Zone 6A with an average last frost date of May 15th. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I plan on seed starting or direct sowing in the month of April. Now, please keep in mind, our family is kind of picky eaters. So I might not go ahead and have everything that other channels or something that you might be growing at home. So I apologize if my varieties are kind of on the slimmer end. This is also why I started taking up gardening at home, because when I would do my farm share, I was paying for, I think it averaged about $50 a week in produce and flowers and herbs. And a lot of it I didn't care for. Again, we are just very picky eaters. We rely mostly on tomatoes and peppers, lots of different herbs, definitely. I love sugar snap peas and carrots. Squash and zucchini is a huge, huge vegetable in our gardens. So we plan on just kind of sticking to the things that I tend to feed the kids and myself and my husband. We are lacking in different varieties, that is why, but also this year I'm definitely focusing on flowers. So I hope you find that helpful, because we are starting a lot of amazing annuals this month and I cannot wait. Our average last frost date is May 15th. This year it's actually May 10th, so it's just 5 days earlier. I'm still going around the May 15th average last frost date. I tend to, with some of these annuals, wait until after the frost date. And these are just some general weekends. I kind of try and break everything up so I'm not overwhelmed every weekend. And I kind of space it out with the weeks that the packets have on the back. Definitely read your seed packets. If it doesn't say what it is, go ahead and give it a good Google search. I also really love the Planter app. It comes with a free calendar, or I do have the paid version, which also goes ahead and tells you when you can go ahead and start things indoors, when you can go ahead and transfer out. Most of these flowers that I'm doing, I really don't want to stretch it. So I have a lot of zinnias, and sunflowers. I want to get my first crop in. Now, if you don't know what your average last frost date is, go ahead and check it out. Quick Google search, make sure you put in your zip code, and it will go ahead and tell you. You don't really need to know what zone you are in unless you're going ahead and doing more of the perennials, which I'm actually done with perennials right now, except for anything that's going ahead and growing in my winter sowing jugs, which I'm pumped because finally some things are starting to sprout. So I'm super thrilled with that. All right, so I have everything separated in baggies. That's just how I work. I have a list, like a little quick master list that I go off of. I just write every weekend, the Saturday and Sunday date, and then I kind of just go through my seed packets, count backwards for the weeks, check with my Planter app as well, and then I just go ahead and bag it up into different weeks, so then that way it's just easy. I grab it, see what I can go ahead and get started, and I kind of go from there. So that is how I stay organized. But the first weekend, so the weekend of April 5th and 6th, it's basically going to be my lettuces. So I got some grow towers from Costco. My husband actually got me one for, what was it? Valentine's Day, actually. And I was super thrilled. So he went back and got me a second one. So I have 3 different lettuce brands, or varieties, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start these. And then I plan on going ahead and putting them inside those little towers, because last year our little bunny decided it was a good munching spot. The bunny doesn't go on the deck, so I'm going to put the towers on the deck, and I'm going to do a first round of cilantro. So I got the slow bolt cilantro. My sister-in-law and mother-in-law absolutely love this, so I'm going to go ahead and start some inside, and then I'll probably put those in another tower. I kind of want like an herb one, and then with lettuces on top. And then I also want to go ahead and have one for green beans, which I will be direct sowing. So these are going to be, these 4 again are what I plan on doing the first weekend, and they will be going in my garden towers. I am super excited to go ahead and do those. I have not had one before, but I just love that I can put them on my deck, keeps the bunny away, and I can just walk out and get something like an herb and then bring it right back in and not have to go into the garden and get distracted, which I'm sure everyone does. You're like, oh, I'm just gonna go get some basil, and then 20 minutes later, you still don't have your basil in your hand and you're watering or picking slugs off of stuff. So I plan on having that as just like a convenience. Now, for April 12th to 13th weekend, I am going to be doing a lot of direct sowing. The first thing I will be doing is direct sowing some carrots. So last year, I'm going to show you a picture. I have Madeline with some of our carrots. So I did have some success with carrots, except I learned you definitely need to thin them out because we had a lot of like little teeny boppers. I like thinned half of them out and I just never went back. And so like the left side of my garden bed had great carrots, and then the right side, and I just did a quick row, just kind of like for fun. We do eat a lot of carrots too, but I had so many from my farm share that I didn't decide to go ahead and grow. It was more like a test round. So now I know, definitely thin out your carrot seedlings. Now, Johnny's sugar snap peas. This is a must. My daughter, who is super picky, and I am super picky, she will just go ahead and snap these right off the vine and just eat it. They are so good. So I got the 250 count because what I do is I have it on a cattle panel. Last year, I'll also show a picture. I had such great success. I actually just grew it up a trellis, and then I would just go ahead and have like some netting up there, and then I would just go ahead and take some garden twine and just really wrap it, especially at the top. It would flop over, but we had some good harvests from it. And then I tried doing a second round, but I started too late. This year I'm going to do it on the cattle panel, so I can actually just go ahead and sow it on both sides. One is with kind of my raspberries, but they'll just grow up, and then the other side so I can get maybe a bigger harvest. But I will definitely suggest getting these Johnny's Sugar Snap Peas. And then I will also be direct seeding radishes. Again, my mother-in-law loves them, and my coworker does. Me, not so much, but I love to grow things for other people. So I will go ahead and do radishes, mainly because my daughter finds it so fun to go ahead and pluck them out. Once they're going ahead and just, bulging out of the soil, she will just go around and she'll just grab one, and then we'll rinse them off with the hose and send a picture to my coworker or my mother-in-law, and she gets so excited picking them out. So carrots and radishes are really fun for kids, especially like sugar snap peas and green beans. They just love to be able to pick those. So if you have children, I definitely suggest going ahead and getting those 4 things into your garden. So that was all of the things that I plan on direct sowing. So again, that was carrots, radishes, and sugar snap peas. The other thing that I will be starting, I'm hoping the 12th or the 13th that weekend, are going to be my zinnias. And don't even ask me how many different varieties I have or seed packets, because it's 31 to be exact. I counted. Some of these will be going into the garden at school. And I also don't plan on starting all of these. I kind of got a little carried away. I got some from different places, so we're going to test them out. My goal, and I hope I am not lying and joking to myself, is to not start everything in the seed packet, because I do want to cut flower garden, but I don't want to use all of these seeds. So we'll see. So I did get some burpee ones, and I also got the American seed. These were for Walmart. I will be growing these for school because we just want some nice little fun pops of color. So I'm going to go with those like traditional bright pinks, oranges, and yellows. That's going to be for the school because, school is always fun. We just like to add a great pop of color. Now, for home, there's like a mix match. We're just like literally throwing like everything in the kitchen sink to it. So I did get some from Swallowtail, and I got the double raspberry ripple zinnia. I saw someone also that I like to follow on YouTube planting these, and they make just this gorgeous little border. So I want to go ahead and put this up front underneath my hydrangeas. So I plan on doing, they're this really pretty, like a pink or magenta and white. So I plan on doing this with my white hydrangeas. Like I think they were the pufferfish ones I got. And then behind it, I'm going to do my Audrey White Gomphrena because they're super tall. So I really want this like little pop of pink with all the white flowers that I plan on having. So I have those from Swallowtail. And I also have the Starlight Rose Zinnia. I'm kind of just going to go and like quickly go over from Johnny Seed. It's actually sold out because I just went and looked at it. I got the Ballerina and Cinderella Peach. I got a bunch from the Free Heirloom Seeds. These are more of like different tones. So it's Under the Sea, Illumination, Chippendale. I also got Swirls Mixed, and I got Peppermint Stick. So those were going to be from the Free Heirloom Seeds. I have one each from M.I. Gardner, and I got from Baker Creek. So I will be trying these as well. I want some of these more for like my fall bouquet. So maybe I will succession some of them is my game plan. Is to go ahead, pick and choose some to start. and then I will go ahead and do like a second wave of them afterwards. So then we got our traditional Fairy Morris ones. I got some greens, pinks, and purples. So I will be going ahead and starting a handful of these as well. And then I actually on Facebook Marketplace got some perennials off of there, and this lady, I was complimenting her zinnias. I was like, oh, I just started. I love zinnias. Like, yours are just so big and beautiful. I got the more of the Oklahoma one, so they're a little bit smaller. And she actually gave me some of hers so I could go ahead and grow them here. And it was cute because she said, I have like a fuzzy one. I don't know what it's called. So we labeled it Fuzzy Zinnia Seeds. And then I got some from her. So I have some from Tammy back on the town over. And then I got so many from Seed Colt, and I really hope they germinate because I had luck with a lot of them. My bee balm, not so much. So I'm really hoping, but I have a strawberry. Oh, wait, these are marigolds. Sorry. So I got like the giant cactus mix. I got the Cinderella lilac. I got these pink cupcake ones, which I really hope that they do grow with this nice little bloom inside. I got some pink giant. I got giant salmon ones. More peppermint sticks. So I have peppermint stick from 3 different places. So maybe I'll just do a couple from each one just to see where next year I should go ahead and grab them. I got some apricot rose. Again, another cupcake mix. I got the dahlia blend. And then I got pink cupcake again, and I got a queen lime as well. And I also have some queen lime red ones, and well, queen lime and queen red from some seed swapping, which I just left in my binder. So I have a lot of zinnias, as you can see, and I cannot wait because it's one of my favorites. Am I the only one like that? Like, I am not a flower farmer. I am just like becoming slowly obsessed. Again, I really want to go ahead and have a little flower stand at the end of my driveway. So that's like another thing that is like all in itself right there. All right, up next, we have more flowers and we have herbs. So this is gonna be hopefully the weekend of April 19th to 20th. Now, my goal is to go ahead and get the herbs started, and the flowers, I don't mind if I have to push them back a little bit. So dill, oh my gosh, I love myself some dill. So we're going to go ahead and get dill. I would harvest that, and then I would just store it in a damp paper towel in the fridge, and it would last for, you know, a week or two. Love dill. I love the smell of it, and I definitely want to go ahead and get a bunch of that. And then I also have some lemon balm that I plan on going ahead because I heard that it helps with mosquitoes. So please let me know if you grow this and if it keeps mosquitoes away, because I really want to go ahead and put a couple of these in some pots around my deck. I also heard that it is in the mint family, so to be careful because it can go ahead and spread a lot. And then I also have a bunch of different sunflowers. I am not starting them all. So I just got some whites, I got some reds, and then I did get some yellow ones, but I really wanted like these big fluffy ones. I think these are adorable. I do have your traditional sunflower. I harvested some seeds from my farm share. Those are in this like ginormous brown paper bag. And a must have are nasturtiums. So last year I just direct sowed all of them. I just squished them in all the corners of the beds. They did take a little while to go ahead, but they are a great trap crop for all those aphids. Like, they were just crawling in them. It's unbelievable. Definitely go ahead and get yourself some nasturtiums. And it's funny because I had this one and it said it was a dwarf variety. This was cascading into my garden path, like off of the beds, all into the path. It was like a sea of them. And you also can eat them. They're edible. I didn't try any, but my daughter loved to go ahead and pick them off and help me pick the seeds. So we do have some of that. And then I had some free sunflower seeds as well for some of my orders I put in with Seed Colt on Etsy. And last but not least are my squash, zucchini, and cucumbers. Now, it says you can go ahead and plant them anywhere from like 2 to 3 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks. I'm going to definitely be around that 2 to 3 week mark. I plan on starting them inside and then getting them in my greenhouse. And then I do plan on direct sowing some. So I'm going to do a bed of squash. So I'll probably only put like 3 of them in there to start off with. And then I'll wait a week or so, put another round of squash in there to kind of fill in the gaps. And the same thing with zucchini. and cucumbers as well. So I did get some cucumber seeds from MI Gardener to go ahead and try out, and some zucchini right here. And I got the golden zucchini as well. So I got 3 different things. So we got cucumbers, squash, and zucchini, all from MI Gardener. And then I saw someone talking about these from Johnny. So they are an F1 variety. So I got the Golden Glory and the Green Machine, because I heard that they do a great job. And they were talking about it being like disease resistant, which I need because I had powdery mildew. My squash and zucchini was an epic fail last year. I tried growing vertically. That really didn't happen. And I had they were just not successful. Let's just say that. I thought I was going to be giving them away to the neighbors, like people would say, and I was not. I was still going to the grocery store and buying them. So that is everything I plan on going ahead and getting started in the month of April. Again, I only plant on the weekends and do my seed starting on the weekends. So that is why I kind of group everything up so I'm not super overwhelmed. Zinnias I probably will be. It'll probably be a lot of choices to be made, but I hope that helps. And if you find it helpful, go ahead and click like and subscribe and hit that bell button for updates and more notifications. And I can't wait to see what you're growing and for you to see what the garden is going to look like in about a month and a half time. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.